At the beginning of the drama, we see the female lead whose name is Lu Ye, who goes to her older sister Yi's funeral. Lu Ye was told that her sister's death was due to illness, and that too on her wedding day. But Lu Ye couldn't believe it because she was perfectly fine, and how could she suddenly die of illness? Right then, our male lead Feng, who was Lu Ye's soon-to-be brother-in-law, and Feng's younger brother Qian are also standing there. They see Lu Ye and are surprised, saying, "What? We were told that Yi's younger sister had died, but she's alive and well. Someone must have tried to deceive us." Lu Ye becomes very sad seeing her sister. On the other side, we see a person whose name is Yuan, and he is Feng and Qian's cousin. Just then, a girl named Jinji comes there and tells Yuan, "The girl we were looking for has come here." Here, Lu Ye asks Feng, "How did my sister die? Tell me the truth. She wasn't sick. You people are lying to me that her death was due to illness." Before she can say anything more, Qian comes and tells him Yuan has arrived. So he tells Lu Ye to hide. Lu Ye goes and lies down near her sister's dead body. Just then, Yuan enters there. So Feng assumes the girl who just came here, meaning Lu Ye, is a member of the 1-1 Heart Group. And the 1-1 Heart Group was their biggest enemy. He knew that Aunt Min, meaning Feng's mom's death, happened because of that same group. That's why he wanted to take revenge on them. Now, before any trouble could arise, Feng tells Yuan, "You don't need to take revenge because of us. I'll do whatever I think is right." And then he even slaps Yuan, which makes Yuan and his other companions pull out their guns. So Feng tells them to leave. "I didn't invite you people to this funeral." Hearing this, Yuan also leaves from there. But then Lu Ye notices a bullet mark on her sister's chest, so she comes out and asks Feng, "Why did you lie to me? Someone must have murdered my sister on her wedding day, isn't that right?" Hearing this, Feng silences her and takes her to his room by carrying her. When Lu Ye regains consciousness after a while, Feng asks her, "Tell me the truth. If your death hadn't happened, then why was it falsely said that you died? Are you a member of the 1-1 Heart Group like your sister?" Lu Ye says, "Not at all. I'm hearing the name 1-1 Heart Group for the first time from your mouth. And as for how the news of my death spread, I don't know that myself because I had gone abroad to study. In fact, my sister sent me abroad to save me from debtors, so I don't know what happened after that." Then Lu Ye looks here and there, and whatever she sees, she starts throwing things and trying to escape. Feng stops her. "Don't go." But Lu Ye refuses and says, "I have to take revenge for my sister," because she couldn't suspect Feng at all. She knew Feng could never murder Yi. Then Lu Ye jumps, and because of that, her leg gets injured. So while leaving, she starts remembering something. Now we see a past scene when Lu Ye used to love Feng so much. But one day Lu Ye found out that Feng's wedding was going to happen with her older sister. Hearing this, Lu Ye became very upset. And then after that, Lu Ye's sister sent her abroad to study and told her, "I will come to meet you there. After our parents' death, we are each other's only support. Don't worry at all." Then Yi makes a pinky promise with Lu Ye, "I will definitely come to meet you." But suddenly, Yi's death happened. So because of this, Lu Ye couldn't understand how this happened. Now in the present scene, Lu Ye calls someone, but suddenly her gaze falls on the posters put up in front because everywhere it was spread that this girl is wanted. Just then, the army also comes to take Lu Ye. Seeing so much force, first Lu Ye gets scared, but then pushes them and starts running from there. But then a person shoots her in the leg, and before they could say anything more to Lu Ye, Qian and Feng arrive there and start fighting with them. Just then, Yuan's disciple Jinji also arrives there because how could she let Lu Ye slip from their hands? Now as Lu Ye sees Feng fighting, she remembers that day when she fell in love with Feng at first sight. Now we see a past scene when some debtors were chasing Lu Ye. Just then, Feng came there and helped her. Just from that day onwards, Lu Ye couldn't forget Feng. Now in the present scene, Feng and Qian run away taking Lu Ye. In the next scene, when Lu Ye's eyes open, she's at Feng's house. Seeing this, she gets angry at Feng and thinks, "Why did he bring me to his house? He would never want me to investigate, but I will also take revenge for my sister." Here, from outside, Feng tells Qian, "You open the door." As Qian opens the door, Lu Ye in front lifts a table and strikes. Seeing this, Qian starts getting angry and says, "At night, I was the one who bandaged your wounds and now you're attacking me." Lu Ye says, "Sorry, I thought you were Feng," because she wanted to take her revenge on Feng. Now at the breakfast table, Feng places a ticket and some money and tells Lu Ye, "Go quietly and complete your studies." But Lu Ye doesn't listen to him. So after giving his order, Feng starts to leave. Lu Ye goes after him and bites his shoulder hard. Feng asks her, "Is your mind okay or not?" Lu Ye says, "You can have me compete with Qian. If I win this competition, you will allow me to stay here." Feng agrees and says, "You have to take Qian's shirt button." Qian says, What? Now I'll fight with a girl? Anyway, what does it matter? I'll win? This girl doesn't even know how to fight. Hearing this, Lu Ye gets angry and punches Qian in the face. Seeing this, Feng starts smiling. And then, as Qian starts the fight, before Lu Ye could get hurt more, Feng comes in between and saves Lu Ye. Qian says, "See, brother, I won, didn't I?" She couldn't take my shirt button. But Lu Ye places a button in front, which she had taken from Feng's shirt. But Feng still isn't agreeing because he was more worried about Lu Ye. And Lu Ye also says, "Please, let me stay here." So Feng puts a condition in front of her and says, "Okay, in a little while it's going to rain here. So if you can bring out stars from these clouds within 3 minutes, then you can stay here. In return, I'll train you on how to keep yourself safe." Hearing this, Lu Ye gets confused about how she can bring out stars. But then an idea comes to her. There were many fireflies sitting there. So Lu Ye makes them all fly. As those fireflies go up in the sky, they look like stars, which meant that Lu Ye had won this condition too. Seeing this, Feng was also smiling. Actually, Feng himself wanted Lu Ye to stay with them. After this, these two bring Lu Ye to their residence Bronze Leaf, where they trained their men, and Bronze Leaf's owner is none other than Feng. And when Lu Ye sees how people are interrogated, seeing that makes Lu Ye's condition worse. Seeing this, Feng tells her, "You still have time. If you want to leave from here, you can go." But Lu Ye still doesn't agree, so she's given a dress to stay here. Then when Lu Ye finds out that she has to stay with boys, she gets a little nervous. And then when Lu Ye is shown her room, seeing this, her heartbeat gets even faster because there were too many boys there. But Lu Ye somehow manages to sleep there. But in the middle of the night, seeing a boy, she comes outside. His name is Jiafan. So Lu Ye starts looking for some temporary place to stay. Right there, Chen and Feng are also not sleeping yet, but are talking about some of their cases. By the way, they also didn't think that Lu Ye is a member of the One Heart group, so they were investigating about this. Just then, Lu Ye also tries to knock on their room door, but then doesn't, and sits down in one place. But Feng and Qian also hear a sound. So as they go outside, by then, Lu Ye had fallen asleep there. But Feng sees her and quickly comes to her. Then we find out that Feng likes Lu Ye a lot, meaning Lu Ye is Feng's crush. Now we see a past scene when Feng saw Lu Ye for the first time. He fell in love with her. But when Feng's family arranged his marriage with Lu Ye's older sister Yi, then Feng felt very heartbroken because he liked Lu Ye. Now in the present scene, as Qian comes there, Feng takes his coat and covers Lu Ye with it. Qian says, "You could have covered her with your coat too. Why with my coat? Oh, you don't even want to raise suspicion that you care about her. But if Lu Ye starts liking me after seeing all this, then what will happen to you?" Qian was teasing Feng, but Feng doesn't say anything and tells him to put that lamp right there. The next morning, when Lu Ye's eyes open, she sees the lamp and coat and quickly leaves because she was thinking that Qian must have done all this. In the next scene, when Lu Ye goes where all the boys are practicing, Lu Ye accidentally comes toward the back of Jiafan's punch. Seeing this, Jiafan starts getting angry and says, "How dare you come here?" And then all the boys together start troubling Lu Ye. Seeing this, Lu Ye gets angry and starts fighting with Jiafan and says, "If I came here, I came on my own strength. In fact, the owner here, Mr. Feng, himself brought me here, so don't mess with me." And just then a friend of Lu Ye's is also made there whose name is Jisen. Feng and Qian also saw all this. So Feng gives Lu Ye a key and says, "Go and do the cleaning." And then Feng himself comes and hits Jiafan hard because he had troubled Lu Ye. Here, as Lu Ye goes to clean that room, she finds out that secretly Feng has also arranged a bed for her, meaning now Lu Ye doesn't need to stay with the boys. She can stay here comfortably, and this thing makes Lu Ye very happy and she thinks, Feng is so nice, he just doesn't show it. On the other side, Chen and Feng find Yi's diaries and such, which had some secret codes on them. Matching all these, Chen and Feng get an idea that Yi was not a member of the One Heart group, but Uncle had falsely accused her. Now we see a past scene when Yi herself came and requested Feng, "I want to marry you." Feng agreed. Now on their wedding day itself, Uncle comes running there and shows Feng some pictures saying, "We found out that Yi is a member of the One Heart group, so we should finish her right here. You know how big an enemy the One Heart group is to us, and because of them, your mom's death also happened." And after saying this, Uncle shoots Yi. Now in the present scene, Feng gets angry and says, "I will talk to my older brother Zhou." Zhou is Feng's older brother, who is a commander. Just then, Lu Ye comes to return the coat. So Qian opens the door. Then Lu Ye thinks, "What's in this room anyway? These are files. What's in them? And I'm going to see this for sure. Maybe this will give me some hint about who killed my sister. And these people definitely know but are hiding it from me." And then Lu Ye says, "Thank you," and leaves. In the next scene, Yuan has a girl with him. Yuan places his hand on her mouth and brings her close to him, looking at the brightness in her eyes which was in his lover's eyes. But Yuan never found such a girl. Just then, Jinji comes there and makes this girl run away from there. From the conversation between these two, we find out that Yuan's dad and Jinji's dad were both business partners, and both were very cruel. Yuan's dad had killed Yi, and then he ran away from there and never came back. Just then, Yuan gets a call from his dad, who tells him, "Cooperate with me." Yuan asks, "Where are you?" Yuan's dad doesn't tell him anything and says, "I need some girls because we need dancers." Hearing this, Yuan gets curious and thinks, "I don't know what my dad is cooking up now." On the other side, Lu Ye is practicing. So Feng tells Qian, go to her and teach her some basics. So Qian goes to Lu Ye and starts teaching her some tips as Feng said. Lu Ye also follows his tips, and in this process, poor Qian also gets punched by Lu Ye. And then Feng comes and gives Qian an apple, so that under this pretext, he can also see Lu Ye and get her attention. So Qian understands and starts eating the apple. Feng smiles and leaves from there. After this, Lu Ye starts practicing day and night and says, "I have to make myself capable so that I can face my enemies." And then after practicing too much, she goes to Feng and says, "Won't you see how much I've improved?" Feng says, "Okay then, show me your strength too." And then both start fighting. But Feng was very powerful, so he immediately defeats Lu Ye. And during the fight, these two also came very close to each other, which made Lu Ye's heart beat fast, so she immediately moves away from Feng. Feng teaches her some basic rules, and Feng notices that because of the boys, Lu Ye hasn't taken a shower, so he takes Lu Ye to take a shower and says, "At this time, no one is here, and I'm also standing on the side. When someone comes, I'll let you know." Hearing this, Lu Ye goes to take a shower and asks Feng, "I've heard you are 4 brothers. What do the rest do? I've only seen Chen and you." Feng tells her, "Yes, we are 4 brothers. Among them, one is Yuan, who is our cousin, so we are 3 brothers. And our real brother is Zhou, who is a commander, whom we see only sometimes." Lu Ye says, "That Yuan doesn't seem like a good person to me. What does he do, and why did he come to catch me?" Hearing this, Feng says, "Oh, so you didn't like Yuan. Then how do I seem to you? I mean, you must have something in your heart about me." Lu Ye says, "From the outside, you seem quite tough, but you're very kind at heart and secretly care for others." And just then, the pocket watch suddenly falls down. So both quickly go to pick it up, and in the process, their hands touch, which makes Feng's heart beat fast. So he quickly moves back and starts thinking, "When I saw Lu Ye for the first time, I fell in love with her. So I had made up my mind that I would marry only Lu Ye. But at the end time, Yi came and asked me to marry her. So I also felt that Lu Ye is still young, so she should study." Thinking all this, Feng becomes sad. In the next scene, Yuan is walking very emotionally in a room. Then we find out that Yuan used to like Lu Ye's sister Yi. He fell in love with Yi in college. From then on, Yuan had decided that he would marry Yi. But later circumstances changed, and Yuan didn't know whether Yi liked him or not. Just then, Jinji starts coming into that room. Yuan doesn't let her enter the room. Jinji says, "What are you hiding from me in this room?" Yuan picks her up and takes her to the side. Here, when Lu Ye is practicing, her friend Ji-sen was taking care of her. Just then, Ji-sen collides with Jia-fan, which makes Jia-fan angry. And Jia-fan did all this deliberately because he was asking Ji-sen for some report, but he wasn't giving him the report. So seeing both of them fighting, Lu Ye comes in between. So Jia-fan also starts fighting with her, and Jia-fan also starts hitting Lu Ye. So Lu Ye also hits him a lot and says, "You should know that the person who brought me here is none other than Feng. If he finds out how you're behaving with me, he'll tear you to pieces." And Feng and Qian also hear all these things, and then Lu Ye goes to Ji-sen. So Qian gives her a thumbs up and leaves from there. After this, as Jia-fan finds out that Feng and Qian have gone out for work, an idea comes to him. On the other side, Feng goes to his brother Zhou and says, "I think Yi was not a member of the 1-1 heart group, but rather our uncle was, because after killing Yi, he himself disappeared and never came back, meaning his mission must have been completed." Zhou doesn't believe him and says, "We also got those pictures in which Yi was meeting with the owner of the 1-1 heart group. And by the way, we are investigating, which will soon be known." Hearing this, Feng angrily starts leaving. "Brother, why don't you believe our words?" Right there on the other side, Jia-fan goes to Lu Ye's room to kidnap her and catches her. Just then Ji-sen comes and tries to stop him, but Jia-fan hits him, which injures him. So Lu Ye tries to protect herself and Ji-sen, but Jia-fan hits her a lot. So Ji-sen catches Jia-fan's leg and tells Lu Ye to go. As Lu Ye is running, Jia-fan is also behind her, but then Feng and Qian arrive there and start interrogating him by catching him. Feng tells him, "Tell me who sent you here. Yuan must have sent you." But Jia-fan says, "No, no one sent me. I came here myself to catch her so that I could catch her." Feng gives Lu Ye a knife and says, "You kill your enemy yourself. By the way, he also killed your friend." So taking the knife, Lu Ye is hesitating about how to kill him. Just then, Jia Fan tries to attack Lu Ye, but Feng comes and kills Jia Fan with the knife, which makes Lu Ye quite nervous because she was seeing someone die in front of her eyes for the first time. And then Lu Ye had an injury on her back, so Feng was having difficulty applying medicine because of her dress. Seeing this, Lu Ye says, "You can tear the dress from there, I have no issue." Hearing this, Feng nervously starts tearing her dress, but it tears too much, which embarrasses Lu Ye. So after applying the medicine, Feng immediately covers Lu Ye with his coat and says, "When I first started this, I also used to hesitate a lot. I couldn't even hold a knife properly. I was scared of all these things. But when I later saw someone dying in front of my eyes, in fact, in that incident that happened, my mom also died, which the 1-1 heart group did. From then on, I made a decision and strengthened my heart, because once you victimize someone for the first time, then it becomes easy for you." Lu Ye says, "Not now. Now whatever happens, I'll make my enemies pay." And then Feng gifts Lu Ye a knife and says, "Take this from me. Always keep it carefully." Hearing this, Lu Ye happily takes it and promises him, "I will now write my own destiny." In the next scene, Chen and Feng go to Yuan and ask him, "You sent your man Jia Fan to Bronze Leaf, didn't you? So that he could catch Lu Ye and bring her to you?" Yuan doesn't say anything, which causes a good fight among these three brothers. Just then, their older brother Zhou arrives there and slaps everyone, saying, "We brothers decided that we would never fight, but what's going on here?" And during this, secretly Yuan sends Jinji to Bronze Leaf to catch that girl. So Jinji reaches Bronze Leaf, and with her, she also brought that police officer who had shot Lu Ye in the leg, and says, "You know this girl, don't you? Because you people have met. She's the one we're looking for." Hearing this, Lu Ye gets nervous that maybe he'll recognize her, but that police officer refuses to recognize Lu Ye and says, "She's not that girl at all whom I saw." Just then, Lu Ye also takes revenge for the bullet in her leg by striking a knife at his leg, but that police officer doesn't say anything to her. Now we see a past scene. 3 days ago, this police officer had been visited by Feng, who threatened him, "You don't know Lu Ye, and don't let anyone know about this. Otherwise, I'll do such things to you that you'll remember your whole life." Now in the present scene, that's why he quietly left. So Jinji was going to fight with Lu Ye, but Lu Ye's other partners arrive there who had become Lu Ye's friends, and they say, "Try doing something with us. And this doesn't mean that because our boss isn't here, you can do whatever you want." Hearing this, Jinji leaves from there. And right there on the other side, the meeting of these four brothers is going on. There, Jinji comes and tells Yuan, "We couldn't catch Lu Ye, but it's confirmed that girl is at Bronze Leaf." Hearing this, Yuan tells Commander Zhou, "Your brother has hidden a girl in the residence, and I suspect that girl is a member of the 1-1 Heart Group, which is our enemy." Feng says, "Not at all. We've kept that girl for a mission that we're investigating. So you stop provoking our brother." Hearing this, Yuan says, "Oh, is that so? Then why not have a competition between Jinji and that girl? If Jinji wins, then Jinji will be sent on that mission you're talking about, and you'll also hand over that girl Lu Ye to me. And if Lu Ye wins, I'll give you my dad's address where he lives, so you can go there and catch him." After this, Feng quickly comes to Lu Ye and says, "Are you okay?" And then seeing the blood on Lu Ye's hand, he immediately starts cleaning it. Seeing this, Lu Ye feels good. In the next scene, Lu Ye comes out after taking a shower. Then she sees Chen and Feng also taking a shower there. So Lu Ye hides and listens to their conversation. Chen asks Feng, "What have you thought? Will you have Lu Ye compete with Jinji?" Feng says, "Not at all. I can't put Lu Ye in danger. And by the way, we found out that Uncle is also a member of the 1-1 Heart Group. If we find him, we'll know who the boss of that group is. And those dancer girls, we have to send one of them anyway." Lu Ye hears all this. But just then, Feng also sees Lu Ye and covers her face with his towel and asks, "What are you doing here?" Lu Ye first doesn't say anything and then says, "I'm ready to compete with Jinji, and I'm also ready to go on that secret mission you were talking about." Hearing this, Feng refuses her and says, "If you want to know who your enemies are and why your sister's death happened, I'm ready to tell you." And then he takes Lu Ye to that room and tells her, "Your sister Yi was shot by my uncle because they thought she was a member of the 1-1 Heart Group." Hearing this, Lu Ye becomes very sad and decides to take revenge on Uncle and says, "And I will go to the competition with Jinji." And then Lu Ye tells everyone in front of Feng, "Will you be my master? If you train me, I'll definitely win that competition." Hearing this, everyone is supporting Lu Ye and saying, "Boss, listen to Lu Ye. By the way, she's already become our member and we believe she'll definitely win." Seeing everyone taking Lu Ye's side, Feng also agrees and says, "Okay, from today I'll train you." After this, Lu Ye's training starts. And now, during the training, these two become quite close to each other, and their bonding was getting stronger day by day. And now, many days pass in Lu Ye's training, and finally, the day of Lu Ye's competition arrives. Feng and Qian give Lu Ye best wishes, and they fully believe that Lu Ye would win. And just then the other team also arrives, with whom Commander Zhou was also there. Now we see a past scene where Lu Ye asks Feng, "Did my sister Yi really like you?" Feng says, "No, she didn't like me. Maybe she wanted to marry me so that her back would be strong. Whatever the reason was, I don't know, but she didn't like me." Lu Ye asks, "Did you love my sister?" Feng says, "No." Hearing this, Lu Ye gets surprised and thinks, "Now there might be a chance for me." Now in the present scene, the fight starts between Jinji and Lu Ye. Both fight well with each other, and just then, suddenly, Lu Ye's pocket watch falls down. Seeing this, Yuan ends the competition and makes Lu Ye win, which makes Lu Ye very happy. She goes and hugs Feng, and then as she realizes, she quickly gets down. Seeing this, Feng is also happy, but then his gaze falls on a blade. Seeing this, Feng gets quite angry. Jinji used a blade. If something had happened to Lu Ye. Saying this, he quickly goes to Yuan and asks Yuan about this. Yuan's face becomes worth watching, and he says, "Leave Jinji alone. I'll deal with her myself." "Yes, okay. I admit this was our mistake. We shouldn't have done this at all." And then he apologizes to Feng. In the next scene, Feng and Lu Ye are celebrating together. Lu Ye tells Feng to drink with her, but Feng refuses. Lu Ye says, "Okay, fine. Let's play a game together. If I win, you'll let me drink." Feng agrees and they start arm wrestling. Lu Ye applies a lot of force, and in the process, they come very close to each other. Feng is about to kiss her, but then he moves back. As Lu Ye sees Feng lost in thought, she quickly slams his hand down, which causes something to fall and hit Lu Ye's eye. Seeing this, Feng smiles and then removes that thing from her eye. On the other side, after seeing that pocket watch, Yuan believes that Lu Ye is Yi's sister because Yi had also given a similar pocket watch to Yuan, which he had kept carefully till now. So Yuan says, "Was I trying to harm Yi's younger sister?" He thought that Lu Ye was also a member of the 1-1 Heart group, but it wasn't like that. So Yuan tells Jinji, "You knew that Lu Ye is Yi's sister, but why didn't you tell me? By the way, now you leave from here. Leave me alone." Hearing this, Jinji quickly starts kissing Yuan and then slaps him hard, saying, "Okay, I admit I like you and I've also confessed my feelings, but this time I'm rejecting you. You're not worthy of me at all." And then crying, she leaves Yuan's group and goes away from there. And right there on the other side, Lu Ye drinks too much and gets emotional missing her family. Feng wipes her tears and tries his best to freshen up her mood, and he gifts Lu Ye glitters and such, which makes Lu Ye happy. And then both start throwing their bottles. Feng moves Lu Ye to one side so that she doesn't get hurt. In the process, they come very close to each other, which makes Lu Ye unable to control herself, and she kisses Feng. Seeing this, Feng is surprised. But then Lu Ye faints because of drinking too much. Feng holds her hand and starts blushing. And then, as he's going to lay Lu Ye on the sofa, Lu Ye holds his hand and tells him to stay with her. So Feng stays right there. The next morning, when Feng's eyes open, he sees Lu Ye sleeping. But Lu Ye is awake. She just doesn't have the courage, and she's sleeping on his shoulder. Just then, Chen comes there and sees both of them like this. And then later Chen teases Feng a lot and says, "You were smiling, weren't you?" Feng says, "It's not like that. Tell me, you were sent on a mission. Tell me about that." Shen says, "Yes, at the address Yuan gave us. Uncle lives there, and their next mission was to ready that place. They were going to send Lu Ye there." In the next scene, Lu Ye prepares breakfast for them, and these three eat breakfast together. Qian teases both of them a lot here, but Lu Ye didn't remember anything from that night. Now after having breakfast, Lu Ye and Feng go out for a walk. There Feng tries to hold Lu Ye's hand but can't, and then these two start playing a game in which Lu Ye is not an expert at all, meaning she keeps losing this game repeatedly. So Feng holds her hand from behind and helps her, but this time too the aim missed. Seeing this, a girl standing there starts laughing. So seeing this, Feng himself starts aiming, which makes Feng win the game. And whatever gifts he gets, Feng gives them to Lu Ye and tells her to wait while he goes to get something for her. But just then Yuan comes there and takes Lu Ye with him by catching her. When Feng returns not seeing Lu Ye there, he becomes very worried and starts calling out for her, searching for her. On the other side, Yuan is apologizing to Lu Ye and saying, "I didn't know you were Yi's sister. If you got hurt because of me, please forgive me." And he shows Lu Ye the pocket watch Yi had given him and says, "Look, your sister gave this to me. We both were quite close to each other, and when Yi met me, that meeting wasn't good because I was a thug, and your sister didn't like that. And I changed myself a lot for her sake, and I would also secretly go to meet her so that no one would hurt her. And this is how our friendship happened. But I don't know whether she loved me or not, but I had already given her my heart." Just then, Feng also arrives there, very angrily, and gets angry at Yuan and asks, "Why did you kidnap Lu Ye and bring her here?" Lu Ye says, "It's not what you're thinking because Yuan came here to apologize to me, and he's the same person my sister used to like." Hearing this, Yuan is also shocked and asks, "Really, your sister liked me?" Lu Ye says, "Yes." So Feng starts taking Lu Ye with him, but just then on the way, their car breaks down, and right there some men also surround them, who were sent by Feng's uncle. So seeing this, Feng locks Lu Ye in the car and goes out to fight with those men. Lu Ye starts getting very tense about how Feng will fight alone. Just then, Lu Ye finds a gun in the car. So Lu Ye opens the car door with that gun and comes out and starts fighting with Feng. Just then, Qian also comes to help them and takes them home. There, Lu Ye was worried about Feng. Qian says, Lu Ye is fine. I've checked him. By the way, now we should spread rumors that because of the incident that happened today, Feng got injured, and when our uncle gets this news, he'll relax. And in the meantime, we'll attack him in such a way that he'll remember. After this, Feng and Qian take Lu Ye to their boutique to get her address. When Lu Ye finds out that Feng and Qian run a business, she's quite surprised. On the other side, we finally see Feng's uncle in a club who was a member of the 1-1 Heart Group, and to please the man there, he was calling girls, but that person wasn't willing to be happy at all. At that same club, Commander Zhou had also come secretly from Feng and Qian, who had come for a business meeting, but Zhou's gaze doesn't fall on uncle, and Zhou needs money for his residence and army. And the girl with whom Zhou has the meeting is none other than his ex-girlfriend Ding Shi. When Zhou sees Ding Shi, he's shocked. Now we see a past scene when Ding Shi and Zhou were girlfriend and boyfriend. But suddenly, Ding Shi broke up with Zhou, and now she didn't want to maintain any contact with Zhou. Zhou had stopped Ding Shi a lot. Please don't go. Don't leave me. But Ding Shi didn't listen to a single word of his. Now, in the present scene, Zhou changes his mind and says, I don't want to cooperate at all. But uncle had given Ding Shi a mission that she had to win Commander Zhou's heart at any cost. So, Ding Shi starts flirting with Zhou. Seeing this, Zhou gets angry and tells Ding Shi to stay away from him, and saying this, he leaves. I don't want to work with you people. Now, on the other side, Lu Ye comes wearing Feng's favorite dress. Feng starts looking at her lovingly because she was looking very pretty, but just then, Lu Ye gets hurt. So Feng lifts Lu Ye and makes her sit on the side and checks whether the injury is too deep. And then he notices and says, your ear piercing hasn't been done. Come on, why don't I do it? Saying this, he covers Lu Ye's face. But just then that cloth falls off, which brings these two quite close. But just then, Qian also comes there, so Lu Ye quickly runs away from there. In the next scene, Feng and Qian give Lu Ye a fan. Lu Ye says, is this used to kill someone? Feng says, no, this is used to attract each other. And these two were signaling each other with their eyes, which Qian sees. And then Qian teaches Lu Ye dance and also does some crazy antics with her. And seeing his such antics, Feng says, dude, what antics are you doing? But Qian's hard work pays off, and Lu Ye had learned to dance. And as Lu Ye dances, Feng can't take his eyes off her. So Qian tells Lu Ye, by the way, if you suddenly have to do partner dancing, what will you do? Come on, let me teach you. But just then, Feng comes between them and says, no, Lu Ye has to practice with me. Qian says, okay, I'm giving you some time. If in this time you attract Feng to yourself, meaning you both have to look into each other's eyes, if within 20 seconds Feng is forced to kiss you, then I'll approve that you don't need to learn dancing at all. So these two start dancing very close together. Qian teases Feng, do you feel like kissing Lu Ye? Hearing this, Feng kicks Qian's leg hard, which makes him fall down. Seeing this, Lu Ye starts laughing. In the next scene, Lu Ye comes to the club with other girls. Feng also secretly goes to that club. Just then, Mr. Ji starts checking all the girls' identities. But just then, Ding Shi's gaze falls on Lu Ye. She recognizes Lu Ye because Lu Ye had once helped Ding Shi. So she goes to Lu Ye and says, this is that girl from the stole. I saw her here a week ago, but why is it being said that she came with these girls? Just then, Yuan arrives there to handle all this situation and says, she came with me. Then Mr. Ji and Ding Shi agree because they knew Yuan, he works for us. So, suspecting he works for us, so Master Yuan is in the clear, which saves Lu Ye. Now on the other side, Commander Zhou is getting jealous seeing Ding Shi with some man. And then as Zhou goes outside, Ding Shi tries to come to him, but he rejects her and leaves from there. So Ding Shi also goes after him, but as they go outside, it's raining. Seeing this, Ding Shi starts getting close to Zhou and says, can I come under your umbrella? Zhou hands her the umbrella and leaves from there. After this, as Lu Ye sees Yuan's dad, seeing him, she becomes furious and thinks, today I won't spare him. And no one was present there, so she tries to attack Uncle, but Uncle sees her. So Lu Ye handles the situation, and then Uncle calls all these dancers to him because he had become suspicious and thought, among these girls there's definitely a spy. I have to find out, or else she might become an obstacle in our path. so he calls all the other girls to the theater. When Qian finds out about this, he comes running and gives this news to Feng. So he started worrying about Lu Ye. Here, Uncle is asking all the girls, "Tell me who came here to spy on us. Otherwise, one by one, I'll kill all the girls." And then they start looking at the mark on all the girls' waists that they had put. Seeing this, Lu Ye gets nervous because that mark wasn't on her waist. So Lu Ye acts on the trick Feng had told her and attacks Uncle. And just then, Feng also arrives there with his companions and stops Lu Ye, saying, "Why are you staining your hands with blood? Hand them over to us. They're our work." But Lu Ye doesn't stop and attacks Uncle with a knife. Just then, Yuan arrives there and helps them escape and says, "I'll handle everything. You go from here." Because manager Ji and Ding Shi had also come there. So Yuan shows in front of them as if he's the one going to kill his dad. In the next scene, Feng and Qian are drinking. Just then, Yuan comes to them. So these people think maybe he's sad about his dad, but Yuan didn't care at all, so he says, "In childhood, did dad ever care for us? Rather, he always used to bully me and my mom. Good that this happened to him." And then these three start drinking. And finally, Yuan's friendship is also made with these two. On the other side, Ding Shi goes to meet Commander Zhou, who keeps telling him repeatedly to cooperate with her. But Zhou comes to meet her, but gets very angry. "Why did you break up with me? What was lacking in me?" And then Zhou tells Ding Shi, "If you appear in my sight again in the future, then see what I'll do to you." Saying this, he shoots himself too and leaves from there. Seeing this, Ding Shi feels very bad. Now here we find out that Ding Shi was forced to do all this by the 1-1 Heart Group because they had kidnapped Ding Xi's younger sister, and now they were threatening to kill her. So Ding Shi thinks, "Now what should I do? Until they don't release my younger sister, I'll have to come here." In the next scene, Lu Ye also gets Ding Shi ready because she was being sent to meet Zhang today, and Zhang was the same person who didn't like girls easily. If he didn't like any girl, he would kill all those girls. Now on the other side, Qian tells Feng, whatever girls go to meet Mr. Zhang, he gets them killed because he isn't happy with all of them. Hearing this, Feng gets worried that maybe we've put Lu Ye in danger, and then he quickly runs to the club. Lu Ye was ready and going to the second floor, and she sees Feng and signals, "I'm perfectly fine, and everything is under our control." Seeing this, Feng relaxes, but just then, there's some problem with the light, which made them give the order for everyone to leave. Here, Lu Ye goes to Mr. Zhang. First, she pleases him with her performance. Then, Mr. Zhang gives Lu Ye a knife and says, "Attack me with this. Let me also see how much you wound me." Hearing this, Lu Ye does exactly that, meaning she strikes Mr. Zhang with a knife on his hand. Seeing this, Mr. Zhang says, "I'm satisfied. Go tell your boss that I'm ready to cooperate." When Ding Shi finds out that Mr. Zhang has become ready to cooperate, she's happy about this because one of her tasks was done, and because of this, she also tells Lu Ye to go home. So Lu Ye happily goes to Feng and hugs him and tells him everything. And then she also confesses her love and asks, "Do you like me?" Before Feng can say anything, Chen arrives there. So Feng angrily looks at Chen and says, "Was it necessary for you to come at this time?" And right there, one of Ding Shi's tasks was complete, but she still had one task left. And taking the file, she again goes to Commander Zhou and tries to stop him. Zhou asks her, "What's your problem anyway? Tell me." As Ding Shi goes to him, Zhou can't control himself and catches Ding Shi and starts kissing her. Ding Shi first pushes Zhou away from her, and then she also starts kissing Zhou, meaning she also confesses her feelings to Zhou, which makes these two start dating each other again. And in the meantime, Ding Shi shares her problem with Commander Zhou and tells him, "They have my younger sister and they threaten me about her to cooperate with you. Now you tell me what I can do." Zhou says, "You should have told me about this earlier. I kept getting angry at you." But now at any cost, Zhou had decided to help her because this was the only girl Zhou loved the most. And here, Chen tells Feng, "That girl Ding Shi isn't meeting anyone else but is meeting a lot with our brother Zhou these days." Hearing this, Feng thinks that maybe Commander Zhou has also joined with Uncle. In the next scene, their signing day arrives. And when Mr. Zhang goes to their boss there, that boss Wei Nian had added some conditions. Seeing this, Mr. Zhang starts getting angry and says, "I won't agree to this at all." Saying this, he starts leaving. From behind, Wei Nian shoots Mr. Zhang, and then he had also given the order to kill Lu Ye. Here, chaos breaks out everywhere in the club, and Feng also comes to save Lu Ye. But as he sees Wei Nian, he's quite surprised. But Wei Nian leaves from there. And then Feng saves Lu Ye and comes and sits in the car and tells Lu Ye, "You wanted my answer, didn't you? So listen to my answer. I fell in love with you from first sight." And then both start kissing each other. Just then, Wei Nian's men also arrive there. So Lu Ye and Feng fight together and finish all of them. Before these two get into any other trouble, Chen arrives there with his companions, which makes Lu Ye and Feng relax. When Feng sees Lu Ye's hand covered in blood, he apologizes to Lu Ye, "Forgive me. It was never my intention for you to get involved in all this, and this all happened because of me and I couldn't protect you properly." Hearing this, Lu Ye also gets emotional and says, "I never thought I would face all these things in my life." After this, when Feng comes home, he starts searching for something everywhere. Just then, he finds a picture. Then Feng gets confirmed that Lu Ye is not someone else's but Wei Nian's daughter, who was their biggest enemy, meaning Feng had fallen in love with his enemy's daughter. Feng never realized this because they thought Lu Ye's parents had died. So he also tells all these things to Chen. Chen says, "Now, brother, what will you do? You love her so much, don't you?" In the next scene, Wei Nian had agreed to one of Zhou's conditions, and he asks him about the other one. "Now tell me what to do." Zhou says, "Now you won't trouble Ding Shi and you won't complete your other missions through her, and you'll also release Ding Shi's sister." But Wei Nian refuses and says, "Her younger sister's treatment is going on right now, so I can't release her yet." Zhou says, "Okay, but after the treatment, you'll release her. By the way, now will you show me your face?" As Wei Nian removes his mask, Zhou is shocked seeing him and thinks, "These are Lu Ye's dad." On the other side, Feng goes to Lu Ye and says, "You have two options. One is to complete your studies and make your new identity, and the other is to leave this country and go away." Hearing this, Lu Ye is surprised and says, "How can you say this to me? Because you love me so much. Then why did you even think of sending me away?" Feng says, "Who told you I like you? I just said whatever came to my mind. It's not like that. A person's feelings keep changing and I just want you to go away from my sight." Hearing this, Lu Ye starts crying a lot and says, "What are you saying? You had told me earlier that you would always keep me happy and would protect me too, but now you're telling me to go away from you." Now seeing Lu Ye crying, Feng was feeling very bad. So he thinks, what else can I do? If Lu Ye's dad finds out that Lu Ye is his daughter, he'll take Lu Ye away from here. So it would be better if Lu Ye leaves from here. And Lu Ye is sad that Feng doesn't like her anymore. So she first kisses Feng and then moves away from him and says, "Okay, if you don't like me now, there are no feelings in my heart for you either. Understand? If you want to send me away from here, fine. I'll fulfill this wish of yours too." Saying this, she leaves. Chen tries to stop Lu Ye, but she doesn't stop. So Chen is also very sad for her. And at Feng's request, he goes after Lu Ye so that Lu Ye doesn't get into any trouble. And when Lu Ye's gaze falls on Chen, she secretly hides on the side so that Chen doesn't see her because now she didn't want to maintain any connection with them. And there was a lot of rain and lightning, so seeing this, Lu Ye gets scared and faints right there. After this, when Lu Ye's eyes open, she's sitting in front of Wei Nian. Wei Nian starts introducing himself and says, "Don't be scared, I'm your dad." Hearing this, Lu Ye is absolutely shocked. And right there on the other side, Feng goes to Zhou and asks, "What's your relationship with Ding Shi, and do you know that Ding Shi is a member of the 1-1 Heart Group?" Zhou says, "Yes, of course I know about this." And he also tells Feng about that deal that he was signing with them and says, "I need money, so I'm doing all this." Hearing this, Feng says, "Have you also joined with Wei Nian? And you didn't even tell us." But Zhou doesn't pay attention to his words because now he had to do all this for his girlfriend's sake. Here, Lu Ye's dad provokes Lu Ye against Feng's family and says, "We used to do business with Feng's family, but they didn't like all this. So they attacked us and tried to kill us. In fact, behind Yi's death, it's no one else but Feng's family's hand, and their commander Zhou. At his behest, their uncle killed Yi. Do you think they're all okay? It's not like that at all." Lu Ye heard all this, but she knew that her dad was going on the wrong path. But Lu Ye's dad says, "You also join our group. We'll take revenge on them together." Lu Ye says, "Okay, Dad, I'll do exactly as you're saying." But Lu Ye knew what was right and what was wrong, so she was always going to support Feng. And then Wei Nian calls Commander Zhou and tells him, "If you want our deal to be perfectly done, for that you have to bring Bronze Leaf to our side. Otherwise, those two will never let us do business. So take back Bronze Leaf from your brother. The rest we'll discuss. My daughter is coming to you." In the next scene, Zhou and Lu Ye come to Feng. Lu Ye tells Feng, "You have two options. Either hand yourself over to us or finish this Bronze Leaf." Hearing this, Feng drops his gun and says, "What are you saying?" But Lu Ye places her knife on Feng. She didn't want to do this, but she was doing all this to convince Commander Zhou and her dad. And then Lu Ye signals Feng, "I miss you." And these were the signals that Feng himself had taught Lu Ye. So Feng understands her signal and agrees to close his group. Now as Lu Ye goes outside, her friend is standing there whose name is Tian. She was also with Lu Ye's sister Yi earlier. These people had decided, "We have to disrupt the 1-1 Heart Group because a lot of wrong work was happening in our country because of it." In the next scene, Commander Zhou's assistant Shu comes and tells him Ding Shi's sister has been dead for a long time, and Wei Nian has been blackmailing Ding Shi deliberately by taking her sister's name. Here Lu Ye and Feng had decided a place to talk to each other. So as Lu Ye comes there, Assistant Shu sees both of them and thinks, I'll tell everything about them, how they fight in front of everyone when these two are together. But Feng sees Assistant Shu and starts fighting with Lu Ye, and he also tells Lu Ye about this. And then both close the door while fighting, and Assistant Shu starts listening to their conversation. But just then Chen comes from behind and hits him on the head hard with a stick, making him unconscious, and signals Feng. So Feng stops fighting with Lu Ye and says, "Forgive me, I love you very much." But Lu Ye is angry at him and says, "If you found out who my dad is, why didn't you tell me about this? This is your fault." But being away from each other for so many days, they realized they can't stay away from each other. So both kiss each other, and romance starts between them. After this, Feng, Lu Ye, and Tian together start planning what to do next. And right there, Ding Shi sees all the reports and finds out that her sister had died, and how Wei Nian kept blackmailing her. So she gets very emotional and hugs Zhou. Zhou consoles her and says, "Don't worry, we'll take our revenge." Now the next day, Zhou and Ding Shi go to meet Wei Nian. All their stuff had been stolen, so they put all the blame on Wei Nian, and then they all point guns at each other. And just then, Assistant Shu also comes there and points his gun at Zhou and Ding Shi. Seeing this, Zhou is shocked that he's joined with Wei Nian, and he had become a member of the 1-1 Heart Group. And then Ding Shi shoots Wei Nian to save Commander Zhou. And as she attacks Shu, Shu also shoots her back. So Zhou also shoots Shu and takes Ding away with him. Just then, Jinji arrives there, who had now become a member of the 1-1 Heart Group. And the mastermind of the 1-1 Heart Group had sent her here to handle everything now. And here Chen comes and tells Lu Ye, "Your father has died." Hearing this, Lu Ye becomes a little sad. In the next scene, it was difficult for Ding Shi to survive, so she tells Zhou, "I have one more wish, and that is, I want to see the sunset." Hearing this, Zhou lifts her on his shoulder and takes her to show the sunset. Ding Shi asks him, "If I die, will you take me to show the sunset in the next life too?" And then she makes Zhou promise. Zhou says, "Nothing will happen to you. Don't say such things." But just then, suddenly Ding Shi dies. Seeing this, Zhou starts crying a lot. Now at night, Zhou was drinking like this when some men come and start killing Zhou. Feng, Chen, and Yuan saw all this, so they come and beat up all those men well. And then they tell Zhou, "Come with us." But Zhou refuses and says, "I did a lot wrong, didn't I? Angered all of you by joining with Wei Nian, and I don't have the courage at all." Saying this, he hides somewhere. "I don't want to talk to anyone." And right there on the other side, Commander Zhou doesn't come. So in his place, Assistant Shu comes and handles everything. He had been shot, but Jinji came and saved his life at the end time. And he brings all the force to his side. In the next scene, they find out that Jinji has come back. So they tell Yuan about this and say, "She used to like you, didn't she? Maybe that's why she came back." And Feng says, "Go ask her where they've hidden that business they're doing, and the 1-1 Heart Group is going to transfer here." Hearing this, Yuan immediately goes to Jinzi and asks her about all this. Jinzi says, "If you want to know where all that is hidden, for that you'll have to hand yourself over to me and kiss me right now." Hearing this, Yuan gets angry and pushes her away from him. Jinji says, "Okay, until you hand yourself over to me, I won't tell anything." Saying this, she leaves. So Yuan comes back to all of them and tells them everything. Chen says, "She was just asking you to kiss her. What's wrong with that?" Yuan says, "You move aside." And then he asks Feng, "Suppose if you ever get stuck in this situation, what will you do? Will you kiss that girl you don't like?" Hearing this, Lu Ye also starts looking at Feng. So seeing her, Feng says, No, I would never get stuck in this situation." And then they all plan together. In the next scene, Yuan goes to Jinzi and says, "Okay, I'm ready to do whatever you tell me to do." Jinji understands that he came here for information because he was secretly investigating. So Jinji says, "If you find that list and suppose you find out where all that is, you'll go and destroy it." Hearing this, Yuan gets worried. But Yuan finds that list and comes back and tells everyone what all I had to face to find the list. Hearing this, everyone starts laughing and also teases Yuan. After this, a few days later, Commander Zhou also reaches his army. So here, no one could stop Zhou from going to the office. As Zhou goes into the office, Shu was sitting there, and he says, "All this is mine now. You can't take it back." Hearing this, Zhou shoots Shu, which causes his death. And then, coming outside, he distributes money among everyone and dismisses the entire army. And now, Zhou knew where the goods and such were going to be delivered, and all the brothers together will disrupt it. So he gives the location to Yuan and says, "Run and go tell this to everyone." And as Yuan leaves from here, Commander Zhou shoots himself and thinks, "The girl for whom I was alive, but now she's dead. So I shouldn't stay here either. I should also go to Ding Shi." On the other side, Feng, Qian, and Lu Ye get worried. Jinji had said we would get our goods, but we haven't gotten them yet. It seems Jinji lied to us. And indeed, it was like that. Jinji's plan was to kidnap Lu Ye from here and take her. And she also succeeds in her plan, meaning she kidnaps her and takes her. And she tells her, let's see if your boyfriend comes to save you or not. He has two options. Either he'll destroy the goods, or he'll come here to save you. Now let's see how much he loves you. And right there on the other side, Feng goes there to destroy the goods. There everyone thinks Feng is alone, but everyone else was also with him, and they all start fighting. Here, Lu Ye tells Jinji, will you fight with me? By the way, no matter how much we fight, I'm the one who has to win. Jinji says, your boyfriend hasn't come to save you. So now, my bodyguard will deal with you. But just then, Yuan arrives there and tells Lu Ye, Feng is waiting for you. You leave from here. I'll handle everything else. And then as Yuan and that bodyguard are fighting, Jinji can't bear all this, and she sends that bodyguard away because she loved Yuan. And she also says, I always wanted your attention. I will get your love because I never got my dad's love. You were the only one who always cared for me. But then Tian also arrives there because all the members of the 1-1 Heart group had been caught. Only Jinji was left. So Yuan tells her, don't catch her. She'll reform. But Jinji says, I did wrong work. I should get its punishment. Saying this, she goes with them. And there, as Lu Ye sees Feng outside, she goes and hugs him hard and says, see, I didn't become a burden on you, did I? Because earlier they had talked. Lu Ye had said, you go to destroy the goods, I'll handle Jinji myself. And then both start kissing each other and are very happy because now there was no one to separate them. In the next scene, we see Yuan, Feng, Qian, and Lu Ye at Dingxi and Commander Zhou's funeral. And these brothers are very sad. If only you had told us earlier what troubles you were going through, we would never have let you die. Now we see a scene 6 years later where Feng and Lu Ye are married, and they also have a cute daughter. These two had also handled their bronze leaf, and now they were going on their next mission. And right here, this drama has a happy ending.